Hello, Joni.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing super good, young lady. Are you ready for your big barbecue?
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready.
This is our 12th meeting, and Chuck Kim started the organization or the reunion in 1990, but he didn't get everybody together until 92 in the first reunion in Georgia. And since then we've had 12. And it's always a pleasure to meet everybody. And this year, for a change, we have some early birds. The early birds is Bob Kelly over here. Stand up, Bob. He was there 53, 54. And he had his own apartment at Chambley. And if you read the newsletter, it was a brick building. It had WC on it. That was his private domain. And George, you know George Stokes from the Colonel. He's in the hospital. We regret that. And we're hoping you're doing well this evening. Now again, do we have anybody else from the 53?
Thank you, Bob. I'm Bob Ferguson, and I lived as a dependent son of my dad, who was an air traffic controller in the mid-50s, from 56 to 58 time frame, and I went to school there, and one of my loving teachers was, of course, Joyce Watkins, sitting over there, and
DOD.
and then I later, down the road, entered the Air Force myself and retired from there.
I don't have much to say, but Bob's father was my next door neighbor at Chambley Air Force Base. And I had a English box of that, and any food they had left over, his father would bring it over and give to my boxer. And he was going to bite his father. But I came there in June '55, and I worked for Colonel Stokes, John Stokes. He later went to Ramstein, 12th Air Force as chief administrator up there. And I left in December 1957. In my last 3 months at Chambley, when it was closing, my job mostly was burning classified material that they had at the wing. And we had a bucket, a drum there, you put it in and you turn it, turn it, turn it. And that was my stay at Chambley.
Charlie McCoskey, I was in the B-66s, our B-66s. Went from Malcolm to Spring down, and we had to go back to Chambley, which was on the verge of being closed, but the new RF-4 didn't have radar in it, so they couldn't fly in the dark. So they called the B-66s back from the junkyard back into Chambley. And so we spent a year there from 65 to 66, and then we went directly to Tak Lee, Thailand from there. And I've got some slides of the base in 66, and also some of the base housing as well. I have. You want to see it?
Sure. My name is John Brain, and I was with Air National Guard in 1961 when they built the Berlin Wall, and President Kennedy activated about 250,000 of us, and I wound up at Chambley for 10.5 months. And I'm not going to say I enjoyed it, but it was kind of a long year. But anyway, it rained, and we had plenty of mud, and I retired from the Air Guard in '92, so it's been good.
I'm Jim Martindale. I got there in 1965, and I did enjoy it. A few trips to Paris and Saarbrücken and a few other places. I worked at base headquarters for the base sergeant major, and I was the forms manager with one stripe. Made forms for the pilots and whatever they come in. And base augment security. So I left in '66 when de Gaulle shut us down, and I went to Libya from that point. So, okay, thank you.
Yes, I was in 1994. We took a trip when we were in Europe to the base. Peter wanted to show me where he served in Europe. Yeah. We 22 years.
I'm Peter Yates, and I feel I gotta put out a shout out for the Airways and Air Communication Service, because we were not, when I was at Chambley, we were not in any of the fighter bomber groups that most of you are associated with. But and I'm really interested in your experiences. We came in September of '54. At that time, as far as I could tell, the only U.S. folks there were a bunch of poor engineers who lived in the other end of this concrete barracks with no amenities whatsoever, and were out mucking around in the mud all day long, putting in pipes and something horrendous thing, dawn to dusk. They were out there in the mud. And we originally were about, I have to say, roughly 14 or 15 of us that came down from Hahn Air Base in Germany with the mobile airways and air communications equipment, control towers, GCA, radio, weather, radio beacon, and so forth. We had them all set up along the flight line. I don't know if you recall seeing any of that or not. And I was there until about the 1st of May of '55, and by that time we worked our way down to about just 8 or 9 of us at the most. And we just, for a bunch of airmen, nobody's senior to airmen first, there were a couple, 3 of us, and we just ran our own show doing all this stuff. And we knew that most of you folks were coming in, the big outfits, but I never had a chance to meet any of you, but till now. But it's a pleasure. And I'd love to see the AACS thing up there. I was looking online to see if I could find the proper logo, but to add to it. But anyhow, nice to be here.
The next guy, I'm not ready, Joe. I know you're ready.
I'm always ready.
You're always ready. Well, Joe is a singing troubadour of the 21st. He was on the talent show. I won't mention the name of it, but Joe will. What was the name of that talent show you sang on that?
You mean the Celia one?
No, yeah.
The Ted Mack original amateur back
He sang Blue Black Magic on the Ted Amateur Show. And he was very active in the local service club. They had a group that sang all over the place. And he's going to sing for us tomorrow and Sunday. So he's kind of a traitor. He loves Chambley because that's where he began. But he couldn't make any rank there, so he went in the Army.
You might as well sit down.
Well, I just want to make sure he covers everything. And so he retired as a W3. Had 4 made, but he decided it was too late to, he didn't want to go overseas again. So, Joe, what I missed, will you tell everybody what I missed?
Sure. I came in 1953. But before that, I was born 1936. And at that time, Chicago was a cow pasture. I went to Cheney Air Force Base for jet engine mechanic school, and I was supposed to go to Korea. And but all of a sudden, my sergeant came up to me and said, "The war's over in Korea. You don't have to go. We're going to send you to this place out in the desert called George Air Force Base." So I went to George Air Force Base, California, and when I got there, they told me, "We're going to send you on a cruise trip." And I did a 2-week cruise on General Tinge, which took us on into France. And I used to love the luxurious ride back and forth to Metz. Bob Sisk says that they used to go on a bus. We went on the back of a 6-by.
You didn't play that. Told you that.
And as Jim Kirkpatrick had said, everybody knew us in town because we looked really clean, our clothes and everything like that, except our shoes were caked with mud. So I was there from 54 to 57. I spent 9 years in the Air Force, and then I woke up. And I switched to the Army, and I spent 40 years with the Army, retired at Walter Reed Army Medical Center as the Director of Clinical Engineering there at Walter Reed Army Medical Center in 2002. Finally, I retired. First time in '81 from active duty, then as Department of Army civilian in 2002. But I wanted to say one other thing, and that is the fact that we have on our website, because I'm the webmaster, a Whatever Happened To page. If I haven't got you already, I want to get you while you're here. I want to take time out and I will videotape you and let you put your story, as well as I want to get the story as a narration that will go online. I brought up, since my good old buddy George is in the hospital, I brought up his story. And I want to go over and give it to Shirley here, so she can read through it and she can pass it around. But it actually talks about him all the way back from 1941 in his military career, which he shared with us a while back. And if you go to our website and you go to the Whatever Happened to icon, it will show you many, many, many of our old colleagues and their history and their story. And to all you guys here, as well as the ones that are no longer here, like our good old friend Cowboy Harris, who, God rest his soul, passed away last year. He was a bigot, but he was the nicest bigot you ever met. And he broke the sound barrier over Chambley in about 55 or so. 56, yep. So, but it'll tell you all the story about all of those wonderful folks. I'm very proud to have served with them, very proud to serve with all of you as well. So.
Thank you, Joe. I'll come back to Joe in a moment, but he brought up the Cowboy Harris. Cowboy Harris took a stripped down F-86 up one day on a test flight, and he broke the sound barrier right over wing headquarters. In fact, he broke it twice. And the reason for it, the crew chief gave him a case of beer, he wouldn't do it. After he landed, the crew chief said, well, you only need to do it one time. He said, why'd you do it twice? He said, just to make sure you heard it the first time. And Colonel Franklin was a big guy, and he was group headquarters, and I was the admin, and I was right outside his door, and he said, hey, sis, call that squadron and tell that lieutenant to come to the office immediately. And then he was grounded for a few days or weeks.
Enough time left between you and him.
Just don't tell the story again about Leonard and and your TDY trip. Don't do that.
Okay, yeah. Well, my name is Jim Kirkpatrick. I've been.
How do we know that?
How did you know that? Anyway, I was crew chief for 72nd Fighter Bombers Fire. I crewed aircraft 233, and two of my pilots that flew that were Mike Collins and Dutch Manuel. And I didn't like it. I didn't like going to Africa. And see, what did I like? I think I liked the girls, but that's about it.
Africa was fun.
Thank you, Jim, for that enlightening program.
You should talk.
Yeah.
He does.
Okay, let's move over to, are you finished? Please continue. I didn't mean to interrupt it.
I know you guys have plenty to say.
Jim, you forgot to tell them about the railroad station where you were always there.
What?
Oh, he was talking to you.
About the railroad
You
station.
forgot to tell them why you was always around the railroad station.
Nick, yeah.
Okay. I was over at your place, so.
The
Blowing out
railroad,
pipes, not more.
the railroad station was, for those of you who are not familiar, the railroad station had the best restaurant in town. And we'd come in about 11:30, and the French waiters knew most everybody in the military there. And it doesn't make any difference what we wanted, and they brought us what they thought we needed. And so we got to experience a lot of different types of dishes, and it was all good with that red wine.
I got one more thing to say.
Okay, go.
The only reason you rode a bus is because you played basketball. He and I, we had to crawl up in the back of a 6-by.
That's not true, but when the buses went in, we were packed in there like sardines because everybody had to get home at 1 o'clock to go to work in the next morning.
Well, basketball players.
Oh, I know it, didn't I? Okay, DOD.
I think the gentleman's worrying about our food over here.
Pardon?
I think the gentleman here is worrying about the idea that the food's going to get cold. So you might want to.
Okay, let's, you want to go ahead and eat? We'll get to these tables in a few minutes.
Just thinking back to talking about food and the train station, that just after numerous French beers, before we got back on the bus to go back to base, we'd always have a bowl of that French onion soup, which was always excellent at the train station. It kind of helped counteract possibly that French beer a little bit, you know. But the French onion soup at the train station was excellent.
Well, we're gonna have a little bit of fun, and you all will see the benefit of your participation in terms of paying your fees through some raffles we're gonna have tonight. Everyone's got their ticket.
Everybody has their ticket.
Okay. Everyone got your ticket, everyone's got at least one ticket, maybe some of you got two of them.
What we'll do is we're gonna have a raffle, and we've got some fun things, and we have some other things, and we're gonna kind of work this together. And then after we get done with the raffles, what we're gonna do is I've got, 2 elves.
Us, the twins.
That's right, 2 little elves over there.
Is it
Not
our
yet,
turn?
not yet. And my 2 little elves, they're gonna sell raffle tickets.
Yes. Yeah. Get ready. Get your wallets out.
And this is the only time that we ever do something just for one person in Chambley. So 50% of the money will go to whoever wins it, and 50% will go to Chambley. So it's a 50-50, and we'll do that at the end. Okay?
Cool.
Give us time to get out of here.
No.
Excuse me, sir.
So-
Lock that door.
Bob,
No one leaves.
do we have any more? Bob?
We're kidding.
Oh, we're kidding.
Unfortunately, we don't have any putters this time. But we do have a substitute that our director, Bob Sisk, was gracious to provide for us. And we'll be providing those here in a couple of minutes. But we're going to first start out with a couple of the gift cards. Is that good, Tony? That sounds good.
We're
Okay.
flexible.
Okay, so if you look at your tickets there, if you'll go ahead and draw the first one.
No, I'm
No.
gonna let somebody from the audience start.
Okay.
I'm just selling next
Oh, we're selling, no, I'm sorry, I thought we were drawing. I'm so confused.
You wanna do that?
Jackie can draw.
The elves want to
Go
draw.
ahead, Jackie. Yay, Jackie.
Let the elves draw.
This is gonna be for
No, you have to put that on the table. Just reach in.
You got one?
Okay, he calls, okay? We shot people, that's what.
You keep that
What'd you say?
Let me have another.
Shop people.
Okay, this is the first one, and then I'll.
Okay, this is for here,
If nobody answers the call, it's fine.
okay.
Okay.
This is for a $25 gift card at Macy's. All you ladies shopping. I believe there's a Macy's across the street. Is there okay? Let's see, it's 835-076.
That's late.
076.
Who is it?
Oh, fantastic.
I told you to give me the ticket. No, I go.
I don't know if they'll find one
Receipts
for
on the back
$25.
with the code. Okay,
This is just
if you need it.
Okay.
All right, Jim.
Equipment there.
All right, dig
Good job.
Don't give that to her.
Whoa, whoa. Don't give that to her. Because I tried to get your ticket. She wouldn't let me.
Their boots.
Okay, what is this for?
Now, this is for a $25 gift certificate for Applebee's.
Same number?
That number is 070.
070, that's me.
Okay.
Barb, when you said that, Barb said, ooh.
Oh, yay, Barb. You can eat some more.
would you like to?
Congratulations.
Tree Macy's.
Barb wants to know if you'll trade Macy's for an Applebee's.
I had Applebee's, but I'll a little bit.
Now,
That's fine, whatever you want to do. Oh, look, there's some.
our good director made available to us this gift set of the British are coming, only one if by land, two if by sea. These cups are a reminder of Paul Revere's ride as visioned by Russ Limbaugh in 2014. You're probably aware that he wrote some children's books this last year or so. And inside these two coffee mugs that are suitable for decoration at your home or suitable to drink coffee from, however you want to make use of them, or if you want to put a whole group of pencils and pens in them, keep your stuff organized on your desk, you're certainly welcome to do that as well. But there are some jelly beans on the inside that are circa Ronald Reagan era.
They're
So, 063.
They just left.
063.
Well, that's so you, stupid.
Going up.
Dad got it.
Who?
Oh, you're 6'1".
63?
Yeah, they're in green.
63.
That's pretty cool.
63?
It might be you.
Maybe that's one Bob says.
It's
Signature on
Joyce.
this?
It's Joyce.
In here.
Oh, it's Joyce. Joyce, there it is, it's Joyce.
Joyce is, oh good, Joyce. You know, it always pays attention to pay attention.
Pay attention. That's the
Always pay
student telling the
attention.
teacher.
Okay, we're ready for the
Tell that
next
teacher.
I wouldn't even get a speech.
one. And this is for a $25 gift card to IHOP. IHOP, International House of Pancakes. 062.
That would be me.
Going to breakfast. There you go. Take that to breakfast.
I'll take you to breakfast. What's next?
For a gift card to Outback, $25.
Yeah, that could work.
Bloomin', what is it, bloomin' onion?
This will buy at least one bloomin' onion. Okay, 077.
That's Webster. All right, whoa.
Hopefully we'll have some folks from some of these other tables here win. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, what's
So we
next?
have another opportunity. Ronald Reagan era
Another one?
jelly beans. These are rare and unique. They're multi-flavored jelly beans. You will not regret winning this gift. This is rare. This is unique. Very few people, in fact, only 6 in this whole crowd will have the opportunity to win this. And in fact, the other 25 people here will be extremely jealous of you. You may have to guard this very closely. And the number is 072. There you go. What an opportunity you've got here. What an opportunity.
Oh, gosh.
Better guard that closely.
Oh, my God. Look at that.
And Russ Lumbar will love you.
Pick that up a little bit more there.
Wow.
We need to spread these numbers out on the table. Let's see what happens. Enjoy the gift of Italy, Olive Garden. Probably owned by a French company. Gift of Italy, $25 gift card, 087. Spreading the wealth around here a little bit. Congratulations. Good.
Consent sent you one.
And
How
that
would you
expired
like it?
last year.
All right.
Did your husband draw that
Last
to you?
year.
No.
And what have we got now?
You got me.
Shuffling through the data.
How about $25 to Red Lobster?
Oh, I like that.
Sound good?
I like that. I bid for that.
You bid for that one, okay. Who's got number 74? Oh, Jim, way
And I'm the kind of guy that'll take that.
All right.
to go. Good, good. You won't turn that one.
I'm gonna let you,
There you go.
how's that?
Go,
What do we
Bob.
got?
Go, Bob.
He hadn't won yet.
By
Gonna be
golly.
suspicious.
Hmm?
What have we got? Oh my goodness.
This is another excellent from Stevie to Shining Tea. Did I mention to you that these mugs make great collectors? All of those pans and pencils that you've got scattered all over your home, that for years, they're always in the way and you can never find one. Here's an opportunity. Centrally locate one mug at your bedside with all your pens, and one in the kitchen where you always need pens and pencils. At the very least, you can use it for this.
May I say something about that also? These are wonderful items to re-gift.
These are excellent, yes. Okay, who's got number 60?
I'm not done.
Here you go. Now, I should say, Marilyn, this will put you over your weight limit on the aircraft.
Okay, what's that?
Okay. It's time to eat, shop, relax. It's good for both. $25 gift card to the Old Country Store, Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel, all right. They have a
Our
base there.
favorite place for those of you driving back to Arizona.
So I like that.
Well, we have them in Florida too.
There you go. Okay.
Barb has a map of all of them.
Who has number 68?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, fantastic. Here we go.
the Cracker Barrel's up my way, but
Yeah, but you're going to that.
No, here, we have. Yeah, there you go.
What have we got next?
You're dying to get
Well, listen, have some coffee in the morning.
you want another jelly bean?
Pull it off.
What's next?
I'll take it down to Ronald Reagan Airport.
You've lost your opportunity to have.
Okay, what's our next number? How about $25 gift card at J.C. Penney? Is there pennies across the
There's the
mall?
pennies over there. Yes, there is.
Perfect for tomorrow, perfect.
Right near Radio Shack.
Are they gonna be open long enough to cash that in?
Yeah.
This is good for 24 hours, yes. 64, number 64. Hey, way to go.
Well, that's just one I needed.
There you go. You need some.
Sure. I feel so guilty. I'm just thinking.
Oh, no, this is fine. We're gonna take this straight out to,
Okay, I'm not looking.
the next auction,
What's next?
Christie's, I'm sure this is gonna bring in.
Put it on eBay?
Okay, $25 gift card to Applebee's.
All right.
Applebee's. Thank you. And 59, number 59.
Oh, yeah, that's Joan.
Oh, fantastic.
I want your stick.
There you go.
Oh no, remember what I said? Negativity, guess what? You got the next day reunion.
Yes,
My rule.
We're going to auction next the opportunity to hold hold the reunion. How does that sound?
Yeah, right. Okay.
See how many volunteer for this one.
I don't waste the draw, we're gonna give away some more mugs.
Is that what we got?
Got some more mugs coming.
Oh, yippee! Pencil holders. Yay! Everyone else know to be positive, don't they?
They're looking forward to this opportunity, aren't they?
Please.
Now, I must tell you, these are designed to retain heat and cold. They are what you might call AC and DC. They can go both ways. For those of you that have an interest, you could use one cup in the morning, one mug in the morning for hot, and at night you can switch it to cold, or you can vice What an opportunity you've got here. Number 85. Who's got number 85?
No, we don't have it.
85. What would you like to do with this? Would you like to re-auction it? Re-raffle it?
This is like a white elephant thing, isn't it? Somebody to bid.
We're going to re-raffle it at Leonard's request.
Can I just say something? The only colonel with the association that I knew was Colonel Stokes. And his wife, Maxine, Shirley's mother, was an absolutely fabulous woman. And they were just made for each other. And they were so much fun. And after Chuck Timms passed away, and Bob was in an accident, along came Mr. Ferguson. So they told me that I was going to be in charge in where were we, Canton, Ohio?
I think so, in Ohio.
Washington.
Washington, the first one. They told me that I needed to call Bob Ferguson. I don't know why, but when I saw Colonel Bob Ferguson, and I had to call the Pentagon. I said, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to get paid. And then he turned out to be a comic, and we just enjoyed him so much.
That's what he did in the Air Force.
That's what he did.
Make people laugh.
There you go.
That's what he said about him at the Pentagon.
So as you've seen, this item is so exceptional that one of our selfless servants, Leonard Black, has made it available to our alumni. Thank you very much. Selfless, truly selfless. Volunteering this great opportunity to 075 75. Fantastic. Don't say ever that we don't pass down our old weapon systems to the guards.
There you go.
May the guard be with you.
You get it right off the line. You get the first block.
Okay, what's next?
Okay, another Red Lobster coming up here for $25.
What do we got?
We're gonna win a Red Lobster.
Red Lobster, 78. We need to validate that number. We need to validate that number.
Hey Shirley, could you do that again?
You know, guys, it doesn't take much to make a woman happy. It does not take much.
Thank you.
Oh, what would she do with money?
That's you see that?
You know, I think it's time for another coffee mug. Did I mention to you, you can use these for things. Now, I mentioned before that we could use them for pencils and pens, but there may be other things. Rubber bands, you can store
Chamber pots.
Chamber pots. That might be tough for night. Cream and sugar in them, yes, you could. Very appropriate, yes.
Hunting club, oh.
Okay, number 69.
Oh my God! It's me!
Joe. Now, Joe, you would like.
I'm gonna cherish this. I want to say something. This means the world to me. It really does. I can't tell you how deeply this touches me. But I want to just say that my mentor, Bob Ferguson, has done so much for the organization that I'm going to sacrifice and present this to Bob for his unstinting support to the Chambley alumni. Mark, thank you all so much.
I'm going to follow the example of Leonard and his self-service, and I'm going to make this available to one of our alumni.
Now, that's a hell of a guy.
In all humility.
That's a hell of a guy.
Well, let's see who's gonna be like.
Let's try it again. Thank you very much there, Joe. Dr. Joe.
You're not going to keep it.
088.
If it's Joe, I swear.
He's not gonna keep.
Are you picking over
88.
I was on up to it.
That's you? The problem that Bob has is he doesn't have enough pencils, doesn't have enough pens, he doesn't have enough Band-Aids, he doesn't have enough whatever, Q-tips, whatever, to fill all the ones he's got at home. So we're gonna go ahead and draw another ticket here.
You're gonna run out of tickets. Yeah.
Number 71.
Now you got two of
All within Alexandria, Virginia. So we've had 18 winners so far. And we have 3 more very distinctive gifts available.
These are cool.
For the 2nd year in a row, our Jim, through his gracious contacts that he has there in Arizona, is making some special gifts, handmade gifts available that we're going to go ahead and raffle here. Jim, would you like to come up and talk about these and talk about the fella that does this fine artistry
Anybody
for
here
you?
from a 416?
Yes.
You know Jim Gear, Sergeant?
Gear, I don't
He
remember.
was a crew chief.
You know Jim Gear? I don't remember him.
Well, Jim Gear was a crew chief with the, well, he was a crew chief with the 72nd and the 416th, and then I think he went over to the 23rd. Jim now lives in Payson, Arizona, and he and I have become very, very close friends again after not seeing each other for 50 years. I have a ranch cabin up in Overguard, and I ran into him. I walked into an Ace hardware store, and Jim was selling stoves, fireplaces and stoves. And you never could forget this guy. He wore his hat cocked constantly. in the Air Force, and I saw this guy with this hat, and I said, "Are you Jim Gear?" And he said, "Yes, I am." Anyway, we became very close and all that. And I've invited him over and over to come to the reunions, and he said he's got so much to do. But he said, "I want to make available clocks." He hand makes these clocks, and they can be hung on the wall, or it has a arm that you can put on the back, got the screws in it, so that you can set it on a desk. So, with nothing more to do, we can start.
Okay, okay. Why don't we start with this one here? Go ahead and.
Oh, these, by the way, these F-86s are cut from metal from an airplane. Now, I want to say something. Jim has written on the back, says this clock is made by Jim Gear, Senior Master Sergeant retired. He even put a 2014 penny in the back. So he's got things on there. He made me a beautiful clock that has my original patch from my flight jacket, and he made a beautiful clock with the aircraft and everything. So good.
Okay.
Would you like to draw, Jim?
Jim, why don't you do the drawing for us?
All right. There you go. It's not mine.
Number 80. Oh,
Jay?
fantastic. Congratulations. You got a special wall clock now. You'll remember us a good long time.
She won't ever forget.
Now, I want to say something more. On the back, there's a battery in there, but it's upside down. So I found that out because of mine. I said, "Jim, there's no battery in here." Well, it was in the cap, and it's upside down. So turn the cap, take the battery out, and reverse it. And these clocks just come out so that you can work on it.
Did you break it?
If I break it, do I have to pay for it?
Okay, for this next one here.
Did you win?
Okay. Number 79. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
Very nice.
$45 card.
And now for this
What card do you have? I might have.
final drawing.
He's also got a 2014 penny in the back of this clock. And he hand makes everything out of this wood. I mean, as a matter of fact, I went to his home one time, and in his bedroom, third bedroom, he's got a wood shop in there. And of course, his wife says, "You got a few crumbs laying around." But anyway, as I said, he was with the 416th, the 21st Arcade Group, and the 72nd Fire Squad from March 1953 to June 1956. Maryland 3rd Class to Senior Master Sergeant. Nice guy.
Fantastic. So this will be our last raffle item, although we're going to be doing the 50-50 in a little bit. All right. Number 86. Number 86. Oh, very good. Very good. And a special recognition for Jim and his friendship with the fellow that made these for us, another Chamblayite. Thank you very much.
Once again, can we give a round of applause for Joni for Joni Secretary?
It's been a good day. It's been a good day. And we're gonna have good news about our stuff. We're gonna have good news.
Great. Okay, well, we're coming to a close now. Yeah, we talked about a lot of things tonight and remembered many things. And we remembered the bud, of course. Anyone else would like to say something before we adjourn? Joe?
Yeah, what I'd like to do is just ask everybody to take a moment of silence and let's give a prayer for the recovery of our good comrade and friend, George Stokes, that he can come back with us and be able to be at many, many more of these reunions with us. And I'd like us to just say, if we could, the Our Father together. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, now and forever. Amen.
Thank you.
I'd like to say something.
Come on up, Jim.
Good night.
He's easy to pick on.
Good night.
Up. You can't talk that.
If I get up, I'm leaving.
That's what he said. He said he wanted to say something good night.
Say good night, I'm leaving.
Come on up here.
He's saying good night. He's saying good night.
How many times do I have to say it? Good night. Judge?
Very well.
Bob, I would like to say something. I know there's a lot of people here that are new and don't know what we're talking about with my dad. My dad is Colonel George Stokes, and he's 94, well, he'll be 94 in December. And he was in Chambley, and he hasn't been doing real good, but he was really looking forward to the reunion. And we brought him here, and in his room, not last night, but the night before, right? The day before.
12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Thank you. 12 o'clock in the afternoon, he fell getting out of bed and hit his head, which he's fallen 10,000 times, you know. He falls all the time. But he uses a walker, and Jackie is one of our caretaker that helps take care of us with my fiance and I. But he fell and hit his head, and this time he hit it really bad, and he had a bleeding on the brain. And so we had to rush him to the hospital from here, and he's in St. Joseph's Hospital. He's going to be in ICU for several days. He's on a ventilator. They've got him pretty well drugged. We can't get in to see him right now because they don't want him to move. So just for everybody who doesn't know what we've been talking about tonight, I wanted to clarify it and thank everybody. And thank Jackie for taking care of him for so many months. And thank you for all your good wishes and your prayers.
Can I say something, please? Can I say something, please? Thank you. I've been with George for about 2 or 3 months. He's about the best person I would actually love and care for. Yes. And I love to give this to George.
Oh, wow, that'd be great.
I think you would love this.
Yes.